Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. I'm Nate, Photog Nate. I've been kind of playing around with this. This is the Walter PPQ T4E, Training for Engagement, basically marking pistol. So this is not a real firearm. You can't tell from this giant protrusion in here. Yeah. That thing is not actually for a 9mm. It looks very accurate and does give a proper blowback, but is not a real firearm. You don't have the takedown that you normally would here. You do have a trigger safety, but yeah, this is not a firearm. So this is my follow-up video on these guys. Emergency mags. T4E or Umarex sells these. I really like them. I like the idea of them. And the idea behind them is pretty simple. You can either use this in a home defense situation, or if you're police, a crowd control situation. And the idea is that you either fire rubber ball or 43 caliber pepper ball out of them. So yeah, that's the idea of these emergency mags, and I want to go over how well they actually work. So we're going to go over to the bench and show how they work compared to a standard magazine. Cool. So let's jump over to the bench. All right. This is an emergency mag. Go ahead and grab my regular magazine so we can kind of compare. All right, so here's the regular magazine for the Umarex Walter PPQ. This slides forward to reveal a 6mm nut that screws up. Screws up into the valve assembly up there, and then you close that, and then when you're ready to go shoot, insert the mag like so, and then you're ready to go. You do obviously have to rack it back. Okay. Emergency mag is a little different. This little front piece still slides forward, but that's only for your spring replacement. So if you're going to go from a standard spring to the much darker rubber ball spring. So it loads the same. Slide that down. Let's grab some rubber balls. It loads exactly the same. 6, 7, 8. There we go. So you pull the follower down, lock it back into place, and then turn like this. And then just roll your 43 caliber down. Now, as I said, I wanted to do a specific video on these emergency mags because I kind of wanted to show you how well they work. But we're going to go over and do an overview. So as you can see, I now have 8 balls. I've released the follower, so that's now going into that detent there. And then when the pistol, I almost said firearm, it's not a firearm. When the marker shoots, a little piece of metal comes in here, grabs the ball, and then the valve gets struck at the same time, releasing the CO2, shooting the ball out. Cool. So I kind of wanted to go over this specific mechanism here and how it's different. So first off, we're going to go ahead and grab my regular mag, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to load it up as well. Today we're going to do lots of shooting. Ooh, that's probably too many balls. That's fine. So we load up all 8 of our balls here. If you ever need to unload this, the nice thing about this is that you pull the follower down, you can just drop out all the rubber balls. Is that all 8? That's 8. So you see now they're not going to come out, but you release the tension and they just pop right out. Oop. Gotta run away. All right. Back up to you. Okay. So you have, this is your regular magazine loaded up. And I've got my emergency mag here. As you can see, they're basically the exact same size, just the emergency mag has this plunger here. And we're gonna go over that. So the plunger has this little piece right here. And what you do is you tighten that up, and that pushes the CO2, and that seats it up. And then when you're ready, you're supposed to be able to hit this, and that engages that. So we'll also, when I get to the shooting portion of this video, what we're going to do is we're just going to show it working as is. I wanted to go over the mag. This is a standard mag. As you can see, I can't load this in because I have to back that screw out, so I have to slide that open. Now, if you don't have a 6mm wrench like I do, there we go. You do have the back strap on the Walter that does pop out and give you a 6mm wrench. So let's pop that guy. Yep. There we go. Back into place. Now you snug this up. What I like to do, waste as little CO2 as possible, is then that's it. Crank her down. That mag's ready to go. Now, what's different, grab another CO2. So just twist this like this. I like to get this nice and snug. Well, as snug as I can get it with my fingers. Now it's not punctured. Yep, not punctured. So I could back that out and it'd be fine. The idea is that when you need this, you hit this on your hand or whatever and engage the plunger. So, all right, well, let's now jump over to shooting. All right, well, welcome to my basement. I'm super excited to have you here. I've changed locations because I finally set up a proper target and everything with a nice backstop. So again, we're testing the regular mag versus the emergency mags. I have two emergency mags here. I want to just make note, I have not punctured these. So if I undo this real quick, holding that up to the mic, not engaged at all. So we're gonna back that guy back up. So you just do that by twisting the bottom and you seat that up nice and tight. I've done that to both of these mags. Down from me, I'm gonna call it about, I don't know, 10-ish yards. 10 to 15 yards. I'm shooting into an A-size target. This is my A-size target that I have. It's on cardboard, and it's just a piece of paper taped here and then clipped down there. After I get done shooting, we'll go down there. I'll do another set of shots into it, just so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay? Actually, you know what? I'll just insert some B-roll here of me setting one of these up. Cool. So let's jump into shooting because I don't want this to be too long. Safety first, obviously. Okay. On safe, as you can see, I am completely unloaded. We are now hot. Now, ear warning right now. I have this microphone set to my voice level and not the marker's level. So if this jumps really hard, I apologize, and I don't have any clipping set in here, so this won't do any weird wonky stuff. I do also kind of want to demonstrate how loud this is. So right now, ear warning, okay? Shooting in 3, 2, 1. So that's the first mag. Oop, I got one more in there. There we go. Again, this is not pierced. So what I do is I make sure I get that slammed in there. Okay, that one worked just fine. Second mag. What I kind of do is really make sure that's jammed in there and firing. There we go. All right, so that's 3 mags. They work great. I do have a couple of critiques that I need to bring up. I have had it where if I don't seat this tightly enough, you really have to bang on the mag. I need to clean this guy. But yeah, that's my only big critique, is you do kind of have to bang on this mag. This guy right here, I've got a scratch on here. I'll do a close-up of that later. This was the mag that got lost, that showed up. Because it's banged up, it's gonna be my long-term review. I'm gonna keep rubber balls loaded in here and just see how well that spring performs over time. So anyway, let's go ahead and I'm gonna put up another target and we'll go ahead and film that target getting hit. But yeah, I'm kind of in that size grouping, but you'll see here in a second. All right, so let's go ahead. As you can see, it's about a hand size. You kind of want more like a fist versus a hand. First grouping, this is my second grouping, and I don't know what's up here. So yeah, let's go ahead and unhook this guy. It's there, bring that down. As you can see, I got a lot of time in this guy already. There we go. Also, the nice thing about these rubber balls is you can just, wash them and reuse them. They do get worn over time, so you will eventually have to wear them out. Or you will wear them out over time. Which is also kind of the point of all of this. But you want to shoot often, maintain your trigger discipline. And what I've been kind of doing is using these targets to prop up the backstop a bit more. All right, for this test, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a grouping, come down, circle it, do another grouping, and circle it. All right, I missed one, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually not a bad grouping. And then 2 flyers. So that's number 1. This is a crappy marker. 1. So this was 2 up here. This is a 2, 2, 2. Not bad. Both of these were 2 actually. I have to work on my control because when I start getting flyers. That's why I got a couple up here. I think I shot one high as well. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5, 6, 7. I think I had one high. So that's on me. All right, one last time. There we go. That's better. So this is number 3, and this is a 3 set here. So that's a far better grouping. I know I had a couple flyers. I think I went high. I hit one of the tabs off. Don't know where it went. Somewhere in the box, I'm assuming. But yeah, so that guy, I nailed that guy. So I got 2 more. I got a bunch of those lying around though. So that's what we got for, what is that? 20, 16, mass sugs, 24 rounds onto an A-size target. It's not too bad. All right. Making sure we're clear here. We are. Okay. Couple of things. I went and grabbed my pack of 543 cals. These on Amazon are like, I don't know, 45 bucks. Yeah, works out to about 9 cents a round. After I get done shooting, pick up all my rounds and wash them, and then the washed ones go in this little baggie, so I know that they're used. Unused ones are over here. A couple of things. The emergency mags, like the standard magazine, are very easy to use. They're a great option. I honestly think that this should be the standard mag. I understand though why they don't, because there's this costs more to produce. One thing that the emergency mags come that you don't get in the standard kit is one of these little doodads. And what this does, when you're done, you put it on the back here, and this will engage the valve. I have no idea how loud this will be, so I apologize. So yeah, when you're done shooting for the day, instead of backing this out right away, you just put this guy on and then you back that out, and there should be a little, usually there's a little extra. They're a little tight to get out, there you go. Okay, not on that one. I do it this way. There you go. Cool. What I like about these emergency mags more than the standard mags is that you can swap CO2 out so much faster. It's toolless. So you can just get in there and just swap these out. Final thoughts on the emergency mags versus the standard mags. So standard mag, emergency mag. Buy the emergency mags. And here's why. One of my biggest concerns was with this thing lifting up and pushing the CO2 in. Once you jabbed it, I was afraid of CO2 leaking. In an actual emergency situation where you have this load up with like pepper balls, rubber balls, I'm less worried about it, to be perfectly honest, because it's preloaded, you'll jam it. It's not like you're gonna reload this in emergency. What you should do is pick up 2 of these, or 3. So, in theory, I'll have the unloaded emergency mag in. Bang, bang, bang. Well, hopefully that's not broken. And then bang, bang, bang. That's what you should do. Yep. Oh no, fell behind my desk. One downside about training with these is you have to make sure that this crown doesn't get injured in any way. And the reason for that is if you drop the mag and this comes out and hits, it can deform this. At least that was issues with earlier magazines. I haven't seen that issue yet. And I've probably fired this a few thousand times. but I'm also not like mag dumping, dropping the mag dumping again. What I'm doing on a regular basis is firing, keeping a consistent fire, and really working on that trigger actuation, really working on bringing in my sights and trying to get that. All right, so we're going to go to the desk now for everything. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, you have a great day. If you like my content here, please like and subscribe. Please share. I'm growing this channel. This is all self-funded. I don't really have a way to monetize this yet. If I ever do, I would love to. If Umarex is watching, you just had your international trade show that you put on yourselves, send me the shotgun. I want the 16 dual shotgun. If anyone can get a hold of Umarex and their marketing team, I would love to test that. As you guys can kind of see, I've got my own little range here set up and it works great. I've got a great backstop, so I would love to test. So anyway, you guys have a great day. See ya.